Perfect. So, good question. Next question for you. As noble as this project is, besides giving to charity, what's the real utility of this coin? And I'm going to tie that in with another one. Why will people want to invest and hold this coin? Why will there be longevity rather than take profits earlier?
All right. Yeah, sorry, just taking a drink of water.
No.
Yeah, I mean, again, another fair, good question. I'm glad at least it was prefaced by knowing that this legitimately is a noble project. We have integrity, and as I mentioned, a lot of that came from being on the other side of things and doing everything we can to use that to our advantage in building this community, this project, and a lot of the things in the mission statement. First, what I'll say is the PEEPS, the actual token, the use case. It's multifaceted, to be honest with you. There's several arms that we're looking to put into effect, and behind the scenes right now, we have much of that developed. And once it's actually instituted, it'll be a night and day difference where this question probably won't ever be asked again because it'll be so clear as day. Once we have, again, our platform and ecosystem fully up, operational and functional, which you'll have the ability to get a glimpse of it and to see the beginning parts of it. I'm hoping, again, I don't like giving dates, but we're talking weeks maybe, but not any longer than that. And then once the full package is available for everybody, it'll be game changing. It really will be. And we've found ways to do that by utilizing the native token, which is PEEPS. Obviously, we all want to see it go up in value, which any coin that goes up in value, any token, can be considered a store of value. But there's a lot more use than just that. And again, once we see our platform come into fruition, the ecosystem that it's hosting will be robust. It will be the ability for anybody who is a PEEPS holder to access the gated section of the community of the ecosystem. And we're going to utilize Web3 technology, which is awesome. It's what allows wallets to be read and to ensure that there's a certain amount of PEEPS in the wallet. So it's not just anybody who can gain access to some of the amazing things that we're going to have in the gated part of the community section. We're going to have a secure area for people to have open forum discussions, for people to connect. We've done that on Telegram, we've done that on Facebook, we've done that in other areas, but this will be a consolidated channel in itself to have an interface, to have interaction, to have multiple different subsections of forums for people who are looking to, hey, have others that they can respect and have good conversation with in the crypto space. We can have people who are newer work with people who know what they're talking about. Again, all these things gated and secure, so it's not a free-for-all. It's not having to have admins and moderators deal with assholes who come in just trying to shill another coin or FUD on whatever it may be, or spam people. Again, all these things will be taken care of due to this platform. And the way that you're able to gain access is you have to hold PEEPS. You have to have that qualification, and it's done via the blockchain, via the ledger on reading the wallet and making sure that you do. Another part of that is the actual usage of the coin to use as payment for, i.e., charities, fundraising, donations, all these things that we're championing, and we're providing a platform, albeit not as robust as what will be via Facebook, but we're allowing individuals and singular persons to come together to have a voice as a whole. It was beautiful seeing Alex's Lemonade Stand run away with the last poll. And I have no bias with Alex's Lemonade Stand, but there's many of our members are very keen on that organization, and they've sadly had to deal with it firsthand. And other people have gathered around them, and it was just so beautiful to see that organically and spontaneously come about, where not only was the winner of the last poll happily recognized by everybody, but then there was two other donations that matched the 1,500 that the PEEPS community donated. And again, things like that, well, they only happen when you have a space to allow it to happen, a space to allow it to evolve and grow in that capacity. And this platform will give that. And we've been partnering. We haven't announced as many partnerships as we've actually secured with charitable organizations, some larger than others, some extremely recognizable. But we're in the process of creating PEEPS wallets that'll be notated on the blockchain, on our holder list, just like the main dev wallet and the main marketing wallet. If anybody goes on Etherscan and takes a look at the holders, you'll see it's not just a 40-digit Ethereum address. It's notated specifically the People's Wallet, which is our marketing wallet, and it's notated PEEPS Development Wallet. So it's transparent. People have the ability to know, hey, this is my community too. I'm one person, but this is my community. I'm just as big a part of it as everybody else, and we can do this together. So partnering with these charitable foundations, these organizations of any capacity, the Kickstarters of the world, the GoFundMes, whatever, we're bridging a gap. We've already been able to properly provide the back end use for these places that, hey, they would love to accept crypto, and they maybe even do. Again, Alex's Lemonade Stand had a crypto division. It was one guy, and he just essentially said, hey, here's our wallet. And that was all they did, and they needed Bitcoin or Ethereum. Those are the only two things they accepted. And once again, it's a process, and it's just that doesn't have the influence or the positive effect that it should. Our whole business model on utilizing our marketing wallet to be able to have these polls is also multifaceted in the sense that it creates that camaraderie in doing something good with the money that's been generated for this cause. And it's not just finding a celebrity or an influencer and blindly throwing them however many thousands of dollars, if not more, to do something. I've been a part of other projects where sadly tens and tens of thousands of dollars, if not millions, were thrown to people who had no no affiliation with the space, and it was head scratching. And I was like, man, I really hope this works out. And sadly, it doesn't feel like it did it. It feels like those dollars, which are the project's dollars, could have and should have been spent much more effectively. But we've been able to think of a way to provide good intentions and an amazing impact on others outside of that influencer, outside of ourselves, but those charitable organizations. So all three parties will have the ability to have their name out there and show this is a positive in this world. Whichever influencer, again, the donation can be made upon from the People's Coin and from them to the donation to the charity. And we're not having to pay just blind dollars to somebody to make a tweet, hey, yeah, the People's Coin, good stuff. No, there's real world impact happening, and everybody can feel, rightfully so, good about it. And then lastly, with whether it's GoFundMe, Kickstarter, these types of things, once we start rolling with the integration process and more organizations have PEEPS wallets and they're visible, again, that's when the floodgates open. That's when the snowball effect happens. We've been lining these things up, and we're excited about it. And again, side note, the ability for us to vote on the polls by utilizing our Web3 capabilities, the only people who can actually have a say in the governance of this community is the people, is our peeps. It's not randos who they just want to click like on Facebook or click this. No, the only way you can have an impact to decide where funds are being allocated, donations are being sent, anything, resources for the project, that is all governed from within the community. It's a true DeFi, decentralized finance project, and giving the ability for all of us to have a say in the only way that we are considered a PEEP is by having PEEPS in the wallet and by standing behind the community. All of that flows through the utility of the token, which again, some of these things are already there, but many of these things will be instituted and implemented right before your eyes in the upcoming weeks. And like I said, once that happens, there's not going to be any more questions about it because it's just visible for everyone to see, and it's going to feel good. And I hope all of you are excited for those things to happen. But at the same time, as you can see, many other things are happening in the meantime before that's been implemented. So know you're in great hands. Know that you're in a great spot with the growth of the project in only 4 weeks. But those things have been countless times done and done again, and made sure that they're perfect, and made sure that everything that we could think of and do to provide the clarity and the transparency, all that's been done. We're just now excited to actually launch some of these platforms. So that's what I can say about that, my man.